welcome to the vlog. Today Harper is 4 weeks old. She's almost a month old, but technically just 4 weeks old. So we're gonna vlog today and hang out together. I have things to update you guys on. I'm trying to figure out what to do with her because my mom is on her way over here, which is really nice. I'm happy we get to spend some time with Mimi. But like the last couple times that my mom has seen her, she's been like asleep. So I'm trying to like keep her up for like a few more minutes so that my mom can hang with her with like her eyes open. But then I know that she's gonna be sleepy here any minute, but my mom should literally be walking through the door. Otherwise, I would be putting her in the baby wrap and getting her ready to just take her nap. But I got her dressed. I think she looks very cute in her little outfit. We're gonna see if she can like just chill here with me real quick. You guys have all been super sweet and you've been asking like how my family's doing, how Mimi's doing, and all of that. And I appreciate you guys like checking on them. Again, I don't wanna go into too much details, but my grandparents are not doing super well. My grandpa was in and out of the hospital. They're back home now, but like we've kind of entered that stage in my family where like I've been blessed to have grandparents my whole life. My grandparents are still alive, but now like they can't be by themselves anymore. Like they're older, they have more like need of like they need care, they need people to like help them like do things. So we're entering that very challenging season. I don't know if you guys have ever been through it or your parents have been through it, where like you've got elderly that you have to take care of. And it's been just like a lot on my mom. So there she is. I'm excited. Oh wait, you gotta turn off the alarm. Hi, Mimi. Mimi is playing with Bluey. Why are you angry? This little miss is almost asleep, but I need to pass her off so I can eat some breakfast. All right, Sean and Mimi are gonna have a Danny Go dance party. And Harper. Harper can join the Danny Go dance party so she can go night-night. You teaching him, Riley?
I'm teaching him the shapes.
Very cute.
Now what? How about a heart? A red heart.
You want a red heart? I don't know, Mama. Wherever you put them. Hello, girlie. Sean, what you doing? What you doing? What's the baby's name?
My son.
No, I know you're Sean, but what's baby's name?
My son.
Yeah, but what's her name?
My son.
Who is that with Mimi? Who is that?
Mimi.
Yeah, but who's with Mimi? What's the baby? What's her name? Baby? How do you say baby Harper?
Baby Harper.
Gentle.
Make sure he doesn't smack her because I can't stop him now.
I know, it is very hard to make sure he does not swat her. Be gentle with baby Harper.
That's your sister.
Why are you distraught? Because Mimi is feeding another child.
Baby Harper.
Yeah, baby Harper. Why do you look sad? You want a huggy? I will give you a huggy always. Always. Forever I give you a huggy. Look at him. He's so jelly. Alright, I just finished feeding her. She did a super good bottle. She took 70 mLs, which I think is like the most she's done in a bottle. So we're going to try to burp her and see what to do next with her. But she got a good feed, which is great. And then my mom has been working with the kids on some school stuff over there at the table. I don't think I mentioned Joe went to an appointment. He had to go check his eyeballs or whatever. He had an eye doctor appointment. So it was nice that Mimi was able to be here this morning. So that way I had a little bit of help. All right, I put Little Miss in her bouncer because I'm gonna pump. That way I can do that without her in my lap. She's saying, okay, you just wanna spit up? Cool, cool. But she still like has some awake time left in this wake window. And she seems to like it here in this bouncer that I've had since, I think I got this one with Sean. You have to be gentle with your sister. How do you show me gentle? Softly. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna gonna whisper because Harper is sleeping. I was able to put her down in the bassinet and I'm practicing trying to put her down more often. Like sometimes it's in the pack and play, sometimes it's in the bassinet. She'll last for like little bits of time, like 15-20 minutes, and then she kind of starts to stir and wants to be held or wants to be in the carrier. Like obviously the preferred method of like being like asleep has always been for all of my kids being held or in the carrier or whatever, but I'm working on being able to place her more often in places because it's obviously much more logistically challenging with like Sean, and like I need more hands free if I'm going to survive on my own. But anyway, it was really nice. Mimi was able to spend the morning with us. She was able to hang with us and see the kids. Like I was trying to tell you guys in the beginning of the vlog before she got here, it's just been a little bit more challenging lately because again, my mom had very much expected, I had very much expected that once this baby came, my mom was gonna be able to help me more. And now she's really had to help like her parents a lot more than she ever has because they've just gotten to that point where they need more care. Like they can't drive on their own anymore. Like a lot of that stuff that happens to older people, like when they get to a certain age or they have a certain like capabilities are not there that used to be. She's had to just like step up, and between her and her brother, like my mom is one of only 2 kids, so it's either my mom or my uncle helping my grandparents, and it's just a lot. So I feel for her a lot. Definitely pray for her because it's just been a very chaotic, wild time for like our whole family, because that affects, you know, everybody. It affects me, it affects my mom, it affects my sister who also relies on my mom like to help with the kids. So it's just been a little bit not ideal, right? But it's something that we all just have to work through. It's part of, I guess, the getting older. And again, it's a blessing that like we have our grandparents still here, right? Like it's a blessing that they're still here, but in other ways it becomes a little bit more challenging because now we have to help them in a lot more ways than we ever had. But let's see, is Harper still sleeping or is she already like stirring? She's still sleeping. I wanted to see if I could clean up my counter a little bit because like cleaning has just not been on the priority list lately. So let's see if maybe I have 30 minutes to do that. These are still the prenatals that I'm using. I'm using the, not prenatal, it's the postnatal from Ritual. So I've always talked to you guys about Ritual, which they're not sponsoring today's video, but I was taking their prenatals when I was pregnant, and now I'm taking their postnatal. So I've been trying to leave them here so I don't forget to take them. I also have Riley's detangler. If you guys need like a good hair detangler now that it's like summertime for the kids, this we have used for years. So this is how I get all the knots out of Riley's hair. I just ordered, again, my favorite mascara because I was running low. So this I need to put away. And then this is something new that I recently started using. This is from Merit, and Merit sometimes sends me stuff. Sometimes I love it. Sometimes I'm like, it's okay. This is fantastic. This is called the Uniform, and it's a sunscreen, but it's a tinted sunscreen, and it's a tinted mineral sunscreen. It says 100% mineral zinc oxide, oil-free, 0 white cast. It is so good, you guys, if you need something for being out in the sun. Of course, now I hear Harper stirring in the background, but it is so good. This shade is number 28, I think. It's called Silk or Linen, Silk Chiffon Cream Linen. And it applied just like my regular foundation. Just put it on my hand, not that that's like a good comparison, but can you even see that? I don't even know if you can see that. But it goes on just like a foundation. There's nothing at all like white about it. And it was just so good. We had a pool day the other day at Mimi's house, and not that I was in the pool, but I knew I was gonna be outside. I put this on and I felt like I was putting my foundation on. I had the same amount of coverage as I would have with my regular foundation that I wear, only it had actual sunscreen. And I'm very picky about wearing like sunscreen under my foundation just because I feel like sometimes then it like makes it greasy, whatever. I'm not gonna do like a whole spiel because literally I just want to tell you that I think this is awesome and I'm gonna probably be wearing it throughout the summer. I'll link it for you guys down below in case you're on the hunt for something like it. Really, really good, the Uniform from Merit. I also tell you that because like I feel like these vlogs, as you know, like now I have another baby, they're gonna be very baby focused and very like how I'm juggling all the things and like managing motherhood, whatever, lots of baby related things and bottles and nursing, which is fine. I'm sure some of you guys are into that, but I also like I feel like I still want to share stuff that doesn't have to do with baby stuff, you know what I mean? Like just regular life, being a mom kind of content too. Let me know if you're here for that or you don't care, you just want to see baby stuff. But this is like part of my life too, and part of what has, I think, helped me postpartum is focusing on things that still like make me happy, separate from my children, because obviously my children make me happy. But like I bought this little set, which I don't know if I've shared, I don't think I've shared it yet even on Instagram, but I bought this little set yesterday from Amazon. Super cute. I'll link it. I also have another blue one that I will try to show you at some point today. Like little things like that, that is like a little treat to myself and just like makes me feel good. Just makes me feel like I'm taking care of myself too. Okay, so someone is not done with her nap. She just didn't want to stay in the bassinet anymore. And thankfully, one thing about Harper is that she doesn't need silence in order to sleep, which is again very good given that there is no silence in my home. Sometimes Sean is screaming at the top of his lungs and he's like right next to her. She stays sleeping. Like it just kind of depends on her mood. I think she was just fussy because her tummy was hurting. Like she had like I was holding her just now and she was gassy. So I think that's what was causing her to not want to stay in the bassinet. I'm gonna see if I can just kind of rock her and just see if I can get her to go back. But she's not due to feed just yet. She had like, no. Shh. Shh. See, when was the last time she fed? She fed at 12:09. So it's only been like an hour since her last feed. Look, she's tooting on me, so she's just kind of gassy. So I'm gonna try to keep her content for a little while longer until I can feed her again. Do you guys want to play a game of like how many dirty diapers are on the floor in my house? So I've got 2 there. Let's see how many we've got. We've got 2, 1 more back here. That's 3. And no, I cannot pick them up because I'm holding my child, so I will pick them up later. I usually have some over here. Do I have any? Maybe it's better than I expected. Yeah, usually there's a pile down here, so I guess today was good. Today was only those 3 upstairs. We're gonna do math. Harper's here doing math with us. This is about tally marks. Let's lower this just a little bit. Okay, so using tally marks, you already know how to use them. This is also a way that you can count money, you know that? 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. So you know how to count tally marks. So let's do this independent review. All right, Joel is hanging out with Harper on the couch. He was trying to feed her, but she was like not having it. So they are chilling, but I wanted to show you guys, I got in this most beautiful painting to take the plastic off of it. But how beautiful is this? This is from a company called Creations of Christ. Hi, who's that? Jesus. It's Jesus. They have a few different prints on their website and they let me pick one and sent this to me and I am just so thrilled. This one's called Be Still. So like be still and know that I am God. But it's like huge and I'm thinking of putting it here up on this wall. I have this like random wall here next to our entrance and right now I have like the pack and play here, but I am thinking that I am gonna put it like this. I don't know if you guys can adequately see it. What do you mean, what if this picture falls on Harper? It's not gonna fall down, I'm gonna put it up against the wall with like nails and hooks and things. But it's beautiful, it's canvas. I don't think you're gonna be able to see it here because again, it still has like the plastic and I just love it. Who's that, Sean? Who's that? Jesus. Jesus is walking on the water. So yeah, I'll link their shops down below for you guys to check them out. There was another one that was really pretty too. It was like the, I don't know what they called it, but it was like Easter is here or something of like Jesus is risen, which was pretty, but this one I thought like went more with like the vibe of like my downstairs. So this is another little renovation project that hopefully Joe can help me with and put it up there. But I've had, again, like that wall has been blank for the last year, 2 years since we've lived here. And I think I finally got something that will work in that space. I love it. What do you think, Harper? Do you approve? Yeah? What happened? She's just awake, doesn't want to eat? She's just looking at all the things. No, she did take. She took a little more than an ounce. I think this one had probably like, no, she took like an ounce. That's fine. That's okay. She had a big feed before. Now she's just looking at all the things. Check it out. kids have been working on this new Lego set today. Another space
It's 3 in 1.
It's 3 in 1?
Yeah.
But it's, let me see the box. Another space project of theirs.
We're doing this.
Jackson, do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Has it been entertaining you? Yes? What do you mean, no?
No.
Silly?
Yes.
Meanwhile, look at Sean trying to be the baby in the bouncer. I love
He
it.
wants the most attention.
He really does. All right, Harper is still sleeping. I think I put this wrap on, like not tight enough, so it's a little bit like loose. But whatever, she's still sleeping, so I'm gonna do a little bit of like laundry. This she peed on last night, so it's been here in my room. So this is gonna go to be washed. I just have like random little piles of her clothes that I just put at this point on the floor in the laundry, because I'm truly doing at least a load of laundry a day, even if it's like a small load, like any of the stuff that she wet during the night or anything that is old from the day before. So I'm trying to like knock that out, like all of her blankets and stuff. I try not to reuse the same blankets, I give her a fresh blanket every day. But then at night when I fold stuff, it ends up here in my room because Sean is sleeping in the nursery. So there's a couple of things that I need to put away. She finally like doesn't fit in some of her preemie clothes. Like this was a preemie pajama, doesn't fit her anymore. So I've got to figure out what to do with some of her like preemie clothes. And then this was like a gift from one of our friends at church. This is newborn, I think. No, 3 months. So this she won't use just yet. But let's put some stuff away. I do have a bunch of random like stuff from our hospital stay and stuff. Like her, I don't know what you would call it, like stuff from her actual birth that I need to like put into like some kind of memory box. So all of that I have to gather and then get like a box to put it in. Okay, I literally have no tripod, so it's gonna be the weirdest angle. But I wanted to tell you guys while I can think of it, that remember that I told you guys that Riley was struggling big time with like jealousy, and she was kind of like already telling me that nobody was gonna pay attention to her, and like I was all in my feels about that. Actually, this PJ I'm gonna save in my room for tonight. I was kind of feeling like sad about that. At this point, I'd like you to know, again, it's 4 weeks in. She has not once mentioned to me since we got home anything about like being jealous or being sad or that no one's paying attention to her. I think the hardest part of all of this was when we were like separated and when the whole family wasn't together. She was very sad and very vocal about that. But once we all got home and once we were like all together, she, like, ever since then, she's been just wanting to hold Harper. Like, our arguments, if anything, are, why don't you let me hold Harper? I told you I wanted to hold Harper today. So I just wanted to mention that in case you also have a little one who's like, you know, about to get here and the older sibling is starting to show signs of jealousy. Like, again, 4 weeks in, and she really just wants to be with her like all the time. Okay, I took care of some things up here, which I never get to do. I also found these like little brushes that the hospital had given us, so I'm gonna take it downstairs to put in her little caddy. But one more thing, since it's on my mind too, if you have noticed by any chance that I took off my wedding rings, I did take off my wedding rings. And obviously I took them off, like, not because there's anything wrong with Joe and I, but because I feel like my fingers have gotten more swollen this time around. So I took them off when I labored, I'm pretty sure. And then when I went to put them back on, they were bothering me. And like still to this day, they're kind of bothering me. And so I know that I need to just like suck it up and put my wedding rings back on, but I really don't feel like having any kind of discomfort, like physical discomfort. So I'm leaving them off for a little bit. Eventually I will put them back on, but I just found them like not to be super comfy to wear right now. Plus I know I would probably also like scratch her at some point. Like there's just a lot going on, and like in the middle of the night feeding her and whatever. So that is the story of why I'm not wearing my wedding ring. Okay, it is much later. The kids are still up because Joe had a meeting tonight and I stayed home with them. And we let them stay up a little bit, so it is fine. But I am looking for gallon-sized Ziplocs. I guess I only have one, but something I was trying to do while we wait for Joe to get home is just more milk pours. I have all of this frozen breast milk, you guys, and I have to transfer it to the other freezer because I have nowhere. Like, I need this freezer space. All of this is just frozen milk that I keep transferring from the fridge to the freezer. I don't know that I'm gonna have, yeah, I don't think all of this is gonna fit. But this is how I've been storing it and then putting it in the big freezer. I just kind of like stand them all up here. And then that way it's just like easier to put all these big giant Ziplocs like standing as opposed to all the little tiny individual packs. Yeah, you see all of this. She's spit up. Okay, I'll go look at her now. I think all of this is gonna fit. I need more Ziplocs. This is the idea here. Of course, now Harper is waking up. She had been taking a nice little nap. I was able to pump. But you see, that's like the idea. The gallon-sized Ziplocs with the individual bags. And this can go in the freezer in the garage. Okay, we'll take that to the freezer. How's the Lego going?
It's going fine.
Jackson, tell me what you've been doing.
Playing.
Tell me what you enjoyed about your day today.
Actually, Dad showed me this thing.
Showing you this thing, this little roller coaster.
The Saturn V rocket.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's the Saturn V. But yeah.
Do you think that when Harper gets big, she's gonna do Legos with you guys?
Yes.
Do you think Dada's just gonna force her anyway, if she likes it or not? Hey, when Dad gets home, it's time for bed, all right? Okay. Okay, feeling super refreshed because Joe got home from his meeting and then I was able to give him Harper. He gave her last feed of the night, or like before bedtime, whatever that means. At this point, like the night just kind of blends into itself. But he gave her her bottle and I left him with like her PJs and told him she should change her diaper. So he got her ready for bed so that I could take a nice shower. And it just feels amazing to do that and to just have a moment to myself after a very busy, chaotic day. Like, it was a good day today, and overall I think for the most part, most of the days, thank the Lord, have been good. It's just they're very, very busy. Like, I don't really stop much. Like, I have to kind of force myself every once in a while. Like, there have been a couple days where I'm just literally on the couch and I try to do very, very little and just like watch shows. But again, it's hard to do that when you have so many other kids that need your attention, that need something. So a lot of times it's just go, go, go. And then at night, like at this time, like now it's 10:20, this is when I can kind of bring Harper up here, get her to bed, and then just like shut down for the night until, you know, she needs to eat again. But it does feel nice to just be freshly showered. I put like a face cream on because my skin was like super dry, so I'm feeling good. So anyway, that is gonna be it for today's vlog, and I'm just gonna go bring her up here and she'll come to bed with me, and I'll try to like get her sleepy and see if she stays for a couple hours until her next feed. This is usually like when she does her best stretch of sleep, so sometimes I can get like 3-4 hours like in the front end of the night. Sometimes it's not the case, but even if I can get like 2 or 3, like that's amazing, because I don't even think the other kids used to give me like 2 and 3 hours of sleep. So it's been nice so far. But that's gonna be it for today's vlog. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my night. I love your faces, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye guys.